that everyone has, at some point in their life, wished, fantasized, and dreamed about returning to a point in their life, to some point in their life, and reliving once again to travel paths they hadn't had time or energy to traverse. They may have had a bad relationship they wish to fix. They may have left an old friend that they wish to revisit, or they may have failed a test that they wish to study more for. Whatever the case may be, the question then becomes, if one could relive the past and change it for their own good, would it be right? Would it be worth it? And would it work the way you wanted it to? There's a game that strives to answer these questions known as To the Moon. I will show you a little bit of the storyline. I will detail to you the pros, and I will tell you all about some of the cons of the game. First, and there should be a YouTube clip right. Oh, sorry. There it is. Just a little bit of the gameplay. I will tell you all about the pros of the story. So firstly and foremostly, it is an easy to play game. You need 2 hands, not 4 hands for some games, WSD key, and just clicking around. And IGN, with an overall rating of 7.5 out of 10 for the game, says it's a sincere story told through 16-bit style graphics, and it dares to tackle themes about life, death, and the importance of living with the memories through the best and worst of times. The game has simple graphics, which it allows for you to focus in on the story. You're not overwhelmed. And Eurogamer, giving it a 9 out of 10, says it's a game of few pixels, but it makes every single one count. The soundtrack, as you heard from that snippet, is beautiful. And if you really wanted to, you could buy it and you could put it on the radio and you're out. And then the storyline. The storyline is very, very deep. It makes you ask questions as you're playing, and when you hit the ending, you wish there were just more of the game, which I've heard they're coming out with a sequel, so if you do play it, it'll be there. And then Eurogamer again says, To the Moon tells one of the most confident stories I've seen in a game. Then the characters. The characters are very relatable. The characters and their reactions, their emotional responses all hit home with IGN, and the conflicts you witness feel real and not contrived, GameSpot says, with an overall rating of 8 out of 10. Then you have, if you're looking for a challenge, you have puzzles. And they're fairly simple, but at times you have to put some thought into it, so if you're looking for a challenge like that. And Eurogamer again says the minigames are a little incongruous, but straightforward enough. So those are the pros of the game. And then I'll tell you what takes the game back a little bit. The game may be a little too easy for some people. Some people are looking for more in-depth, more control. This game, it is admittedly easy, but it is for a good reason. The easy game has you focusing on the story instead of, okay, what button do I push here? Do I do this combo here? And then, boom, oh, I lost the level because I did it wrong. All you have to do is walk through the levels and it guides you through it. So you can experience the story better. And then GameSpot says, To the Moon's purpose is to tell the enticing story and not to deliver a compelling gameplay experience. The gameplay is a bit long. If you wish to sit through the entire thing, that's 6 hours out of your time. However, I understand people have lives, you can't always do that. So, there's a save function, and you know what? The story's worth it. The story is very worth it. Now, admittedly, some puzzles are too hard. You'll look at it and be like, what is going on here? What button do I push? I don't even know. If you need it, there are walkthroughs, and honestly, it's not designed for you to fail. The story creators want you to experience this story to get the message out of it. The graphics, admittedly, are not up to speed with today's Call of Duty, Dark Souls, whatever you all play. But there's good reason for it. The simplicity allows you to, again, focus on the story. It's a very story-driven game. Plus, it brings out the childlike nature of the game. Finally, the lasting appeal isn't that great. You play it once, and you're done. But let me tell you this. You can pay $10 for this game, for 6 hours of entertainment. Or you can pay $15, $20 to go to a movie for maybe an hour and a half. 2 hours if you're watching a long one. 3 hours if you're watching Lincoln. I'm sorry if you do. And, for a game made in 2011, it's a pretty good game. So you've heard what makes the game great, and you've heard what takes the game back, and you've been given a little insight into the story. I hope to have let you all know and set aside time for this wonderful game. But let's take a moment and revisit the previous questions. Let us think that the technology present in this game was readily available, and you were able to use this for yourself. Would you study for that test? Would you revisit that old friend? Would you try to fix that bad relationship? Or would you travel back just to live what you lived, love what you loved, and know what you've known for one last time? Thank you very much.